Hey folks, welcome back. It's time for another Trinity lesson. We're getting you ready to meditate with us on Wednesday night. This week, the energy is wonder. Wonder is like granola. It has a lot of nuts and seeds and raisins and different things in it. There's a little bit of discovery, a whole lot of trust, a whole lot of openness, some vision. There's a whole bunch mixed in there. It's going to be hard for me to give you the feeling of wonder, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and just tell you if you're not experiencing wonder, here's why. That'll be a little easier for me to do. The reason that most of us don't experience wonder is that we disengage. When things get a little intense, we step back and we go, whoa, I don't want to get too close to that. It's like if you're outside and you experience lightning, in the distance. You see it, and it's this big fireworks show in the sky, and you're right there, and you can feel the electric ions in the air. You're like, whoa, and you feel this sense of wonder. But if it gets too intense, if the lightning gets close, you probably go inside, you step away, you disengage from the situation, and you may see it on TV. The weatherman may say, look at all this lightning, and you go, wow, that's amazing. But it's not wonderful anymore. It's appreciation now. You've disengaged to the point where you can still appreciate it, and you go, hey, that's cool, that's amazing. But it's not the same thing. It's like if somebody shows you a picture of the Grand Canyon, and you go, wow, that's amazing. It's not wonder. It's appreciation, maybe. Maybe you're intrigued, a little sense of adventure peaking, but it's not like you're standing at the Grand Canyon going, oh my God! The wonder of it is not present when you're not right there, when you're not engaged with it. When you have distanced yourself, when it's just a picture or it's just an image on the TV, it's easy to say, yeah, that's cool, but you're not in wonder at that moment. You're just appreciating something. So the first secret to wonder is that you have to stay present. You have to stay engaged. When the intensity level rises in a particular situation, there's the potential for a lot of wonder, but you have to not run away from the intensity. Number two is you have to change your perspective a little bit, because at first the intensity is just going to seem like a bad thing to you. Things were going good, and now it's getting more intense. I was outside, I was grilling on my barbecue, I was having a good time, and now there's this lightning. Damn, that's a problem. You're going to have to change that perspective. Your initial perspective on any intense situation is going to be negative. It messed up what you had going. The groove that you were in is now being challenged by the intensity of this moment. For you to experience wonder, you're going to have to not run away and not stay in the same perspective. So I have a little exercise that I think is going to help you change your perspective and help you stay engaged. Let me mask up and get my training partner out here. All right. All we're going to do is face off against each other, and I'm going to take my front foot, whatever foot's closer to my opponent, and step out with it. Just one little step. Step, keeping my hands up. I'm going to do this sort of wiping motion, like I'm wiping off the inside of this big glass tube. So I step, and I pivot my whole body as I wipe. If Jen were going to be punching me at that moment, I would end up like this. She's pretty formidable facing her head on. She can do all sorts of damage. She's in a good, strong position. It's a challenge for me. But if she comes and I end up like this, it's nothing at all to unbalance her. She is not formidable when I'm facing her sideways. But my initial reaction when she does something, is to run away from it, to get distance. You lose the wonder when you try and distance yourself from the situation. You've got to stay right there in the action, but change your perspective at the same time. So, step, pivot, I'm still right here, but now I have a different perspective on it. All right, I'm going to do the same thing with Jen. I'm going to ask her to put that left foot forward so that you can see it a little better. I'm going to throw a punch. She's going to step with her front foot, pivot, and wipe with her hands. Hands should stay up. They just kind of spin like this. I throw. And now she's in a great position. She hasn't disengaged. She's still right here in the action. But if she were to hit or kick or push or anything, I'm going down. I'm in a bad position now. She's totally changed her perspective of how formidable I am, but yet she didn't disengage from me. That's the real secret. One thing you can do at home, if you don't have a partner, is get yourself a chair or a table and put a plant or a stuffed animal or something on it and just practice. Step, pivot, step, pivot, step, pivot, step, pivot. And you can go all the way around, and each time you look at that, you see a different side of it. You get a different perspective, different perspective, different perspective. And that is how you stimulate more wonder in your life. You stay engaged with the intense situations, but you give yourself a different perspective. Just 4 of these every morning. Just here to here, here to here, here to here, and here to here. And you've made a complete circuit. And if you're looking at something in the middle of that circuit and you get different angles, it's even better. Give that stuff a try. If you like it, stay tuned for more Trinity.